also going to be the first actual video having to do with this grown upgrade makeover thingamajig bobber. What's up, everybody? It's That's Red Decor.
It's Rice Island.
We're here with a mother-daughter
Collaboration.
In this video, we're going to show you how to upgrade your wall with very little money
And very little time.
This project was less than $100.
Yeah, 2 days.
Now let's get started, because I got shit to do.
Let's get on with the video.
I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about how we achieved this look. The design was a mixture between Pinterest and just us improvising with what we had. This particular design, we use all 45-degree angles, so that way it was able to create like this big old diamond thing right here and these little boxes right here. This is the board that we used to originally do spaces. So we use this as a jig, so we'll be able to fit this in each one of these spaces. Helped us as far as time-wise, not having to measure, and then giving the streamlined look. We used 1x2s. This is 1x2, about the thickness of it. 1 inch, which is really 3/4 of an inch, if you know wood. And then by 2, which is 1.5 inches. My brad nailer, 18 gauge, had 2-inch nails with air compressor up here. But if you don't have a nail gun, you can also use nails, because on some of the spots I did use traditional nail and hammer, and it still worked. And then I also had to use my saw. So last but not least, this is probably the most important thing, a stud finder. They look like this, they don't cost much, might have been $10 at the most. This is helpful to find where all your studs are. I marked some of the studs like here. What I didn't do, and which I should have done, is took my yardstick and just made the line straight down, because some of the times I had to re-look for my studs because I didn't bring the line all the way down as far as the pencil mark is concerned, and some of these wood pieces actually covered up where I marked for my stud. Yeah. So for those of you guys that want to do decorate your walls with some trimming, 1x2s, again, paint the wall first, paint your 1x2s, and then that way all we have to do is go on the sides. So I didn't, well, we just have to paint the sides. I didn't paint the sides initially because I felt like there was going to be all this caulking on the side of it anyway. I'm going to have to paint the whole entire thing anyway. Might as well save me some time right there and save me some paint. I don't want to paint and then caulk over it and then paint even more. Doing this is my first time doing this, so you don't have to be a professional. I pretty much did a whole lot of trial and error. We used exactly the 5 1x2s, but we did run out of space. We did run out of material actually, so maybe a 6 one would have worked. Do you think this was an easy project or a hard project?
Both.
Both.
Because I kind of got kind of bored of it. It wasn't bored of it. I was just tired.
Okay. Now we have painted the wall, we've painted the 1x2s, we've attached the 1x2s, and then we have set the caulking on the side to close up some of these gaps and also cover up some of the holes that would be a pain in the butt in order to look at. What we're going to do now is take this sanding block and we're going to sand down, we as in she, is going to sand down all the caulking, I don't know how you say it. And put some elbow grease on it. Keep going, minding your business. Minding your desire. Okay. Alright. Got some foam smoothness. You don't want to feel it, so close your eyes and rub your hands over it and make sure you don't feel. rinse this out and squish it. This is a rag. Rinse that, sorry baby girl.
Okay.
Rinse that out for me and squish all the water. You can't do it really, really strong. So she's going to.
You wanna wipe it down?
Yeah. Thank you. Got a wet rag. We're going to wipe down.
You can use the big ones. The fatter one that's in there.
There's a circle one.
You can use that.
Let's try it. Using what we got. That's what that's called.
Hi.
Ma.
Mom.
Now we're gonna drop our dry cloth down. A foam is a foam is a foam. All right, homegirl, here. You use this. Now we're gonna fill all this area. So again, like I said, the sides were not painted. We're going to paint the sides and over the caulking. We might need 2 coats because 2 coats on the wall, 2 coats on the.
I still need those that kind of crunch because it doesn't really get in the.
Common.
Yeah.
Well, we also have a mini brush. Oh, I'm gonna have to speed this video up.
Yeah, to get all the speed ones.
All paint and brushes are not created equal. And the more quality brush you get, the easier. Like this, like the easier everything is. I probably would have painted all 3 sides.
Black.
Yeah. The sticks, all 3 sides, and then that way we just have to do little thin coats over it instead of full on paint. Especially when you got right here, because then those edges would have been perfect. So there's a tip. Instead of only painting one side on the 1x2s, I would paint all 3 sides. You don't have to do the 4th side because that's the one it's going to be laying on, but paint all 3. That way you can roll them too. Yeah, because rolling is so much easier.
So sorry.
So now I'm going to roll inside the sweaters and outside of these. The cool thing about the foam roller, yep. The cool thing about this is that you can mush it down,
Yeah.
but don't go too hard. Try to get it just in there, but you can get all the way up against there. See?
Yeah.
And so you'll be able to get all up in there too. You can go all the way to the end. And it gets inside those corners and all